Hey everyone. Oh, wait, is this okay, there it is. Here we go. Hey everyone. My name is Rambunctious, and I am at an undisclosed location. I promised to tell you all about me, but not today. I only have a few minutes to get my message out. Like I said, my name is Rambunctious, and I am speaking to a long lost relative of mine with the hopes that he can get the message out to those in the know, those in charge of our favorite team, the Los Angeles Rams. And who is that famous relative? It's Rampage, obviously. Anyway, I am now speaking to Rampage. Rampage, please let those in charge know that this year the Rams could use a different tactic than F them picks. It not only sets up this year, but it sets up next year too. Please do what you can do to make sure they apply a swap them pick strategy instead of an F them pick strategy. Here, let me explain. Let's just say the Rams swap this year's first, second, third, and sixth, plus next year's first for another team's first, second, third, and fifth, plus next year's first. That would downgrade the first rounder, but upgrade the second, third, plus wrangle up a fifth that wasn't even there. If that team has a worse season than the Rams, they could find themselves with an upgraded draft pick next year too. The most important detail, they still have a first round draft capital to use or trade away. In the second round, the Rams can leverage the newly acquired draft capital by swapping those second, third, and fifth rounders plus a seventh round pick and next year's second round pick for another team's second, third, fourth, and sixth plus next year's second round pick. Again, that downgrade in the early pick becomes an upgrade later on. And if that team has a worse season than the Rams, it also upgrades next year's second. The most important detail yet again, they still have the second round draft capital to use or trade away. In the third round, the Rams could swap the third, fourth, and sixth plus next year's third round pick for another team's third, fourth, and fifth plus their next year's third round pick. The pattern here continues, a downgrade with the early pick, but the later picks are an upgrade. If that team also has a worse season than the Rams, it becomes an upgrade. The most important detail is they still have a third round draft capital to use or trade away. And I'll give one more example. In the fourth round, the Rams could swap their newly acquired fourth, fifth, and seventh, plus next year's fifth round pick, for another team's fourth, fifth, and sixth, plus next year's fifth round pick. That is, of course, unless they acquire a 2027 fourth round somehow. Then they could swap that. The thing is, though, the early pick is a downgrade just like the other times, and the later pick is an upgrade. If that team also has a worse season than the Rams, it upgrades next year's fifth or fourth, depending on what happens. And they still have a fourth round pick to use or trade away. And now for some final thoughts. These swaps can also be done round by round by making deals one at a time. But teams may be more inclined to deal if these picks are packaged together. The key is to get what you need, hang on to what you can, while still planning for the future. Another thought I have is I hope they don't overthink it. When it comes to the Rams' brain trust, you never know what they'll come up with, and they usually do a really good job. But in order to avoid an early draft misfire, don't overthink it, guys and gals. If the guy you want is still there a few picks ahead, then go get him. If the guy you hope to get is gone, well, then trade back. The Rams did get verse by standing pat, so there's that too. Whatever the case may be, consider the swap them picks approach, and you never know what'll happen. Every year I hope and pray that they block out all that noise the talking heads and pundits make. They try to impose their picks that feel more like sabotage than good advice. Even though there are those that may have good suggestions, don't try to outsmart them. Just stop and get your guy. Just like you've always done. Who cares if they guess right? Who cares if they guess wrong? Who cares if your pick aligns exactly with their pick? If they're way off, even better. Just get your guy, period. Lastly, I hope they do what they got to do. Every year we fall in love with players, but at the end of the day, it is a business. If someone has to go, well, we'll just wish them well, good luck and all that, and embrace their replacement. Anyway, I hope this message finds you well and on time. Thanks for listening. Goodbye for now.